Sharia law and the Constitution are totally incompatible with each other. You cannot exist with both. And so that's, and you know, people talk a lot about this, the ban, the so-called travel ban. You see, a sovereign nation has the right to determine who comes here. And under our Constitution, Congress makes that law. We are the most generous nation in the world when it comes to immigration. Over 1 million people come here legally and become citizens. Now, Dr. Kishore, he is a permanent green card. He is not a U.S. citizen, but you better be soon, brother. And we'll all vouch for you. We'll vouch for your character. How's that? So, but you see, people from all over the world come here. They don't become citizens. They get permanent green card status, opportunities that are not available in their other countries. But let's just do the math. What if everybody in the world that wanted to come here came here? How many would that be? Oh, a whole bunch, yes. That's Common Core, a whole bunch, right? Common Core. 5 billion? A half, 3 billion? How could our infrastructure hold that? Not only the infrastructure, but the culture. You know, years ago, people came from Eastern Europe and Western Europe and China. They came here, they learned the language. And when you take that oath to become a citizen, what do you have to do if you're from another nation? You have to no more allegiances to other countries. You swear allegiance to the United States, and all past allegiances are now gone. So you're no longer a Polish, yes?
What happens in terms of dual citizenship?
Why don't you stand up?
What happens in terms of dual citizenship?
Well, I have an issue with dual citizenship myself. I don't know how long that's been in existence. Again, I mean, mostly with nations that are friendly, you see. But I've known people who have that as well, between Canada, I think Israel, and the United States. But I have an issue with that myself. I think if you're either a citizen or you're not a citizen, I think that's the way it should be. And that's something I think we should do away with. So, yes.
I know I'm not supposed to be talking to him, but I have a question. How does one become a dual citizen?
That's a good question.
Because in that becoming must be the real problem.
Yes, that's right, yes. So I don't think we should have them, but that's something the State Department deals with. So I do encourage you to watch that YouTube video. And when people say, oh, you're a racist because you don't want to have all these people from Muslim nations, that's got nothing to do with race.
That's right.
Muslims are white, Muslims are brown, Muslims are black.
Right.
That's a worldview. It's got nothing to do with it. It was interesting too. You know the most populated Muslim nation in the world? What nation is it? Indonesia. Any travel ban with Indonesia? No. How about, was there a travel ban with Egypt?
No.
Now, how about Turkey?
No.
So it was just some nations where they have terrorists that are either state-sponsored terrorists. So it wasn't all Muslim nations. And how many Muslim nations are accepting Syrian refugees? Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Maine, Lewiston, Maine had made the U.S. government put Somalians in Lewiston, Maine. Now, Somalia is an arid climate and a Muslim culture. Can you imagine if some UN relocation person says, oh, you poor people in this arid country, I get just a place for you. What's that? We're going to put you in a cold area that's economically depressed. Oh boy, thanks a lot. Don't you think it's in the best interest of that refugee to put that person in place where they'll be most comfortable? Saudi Arabia's got lots of money.
And lots of land.
And lots of land, but not lots of refugees. So the idea that we have some kind of, oh, we're guilty, we need to have all these refugees. We should, only the people that we need. If we have a shortage of medical doctors, hey, come to this country, but come here and we'll make you a citizen, maybe. You see, maybe we need engineers. And by the way things are going, we do need engineers from other parts of the world. I was at my oldest daughter's graduation, and here's the political scientists, the social scientists, hundreds here, hundreds there. Engineers, you're like 3 or 4, you know. So I think there's going to be a need for engineers. So anyway, don't let people say, don't play this race card. I'll give you a little anecdote. Had an information table at the fair 3 or 4 towns over, and this pasty white guy from a pasty white town just a few towns over. Not one black person living in the town. We had a little petition to stop illegal immigration. And he came up and called me a racist. Now that's a serious charge to make. And I think people throw that term around a little too loosely. And I said, okay, let me challenge you on that. I said, where do you live? Well, I live in Richmond, New Hampshire. And what's the black makeup or the ethnic, black or Hispanic makeup? He said, I don't think there are any blacks or Hispanics living there. Oh, you are a racist because you live in an all-white town. I live in Boston. Our old neighborhood that we moved out, we were like Oreo cookie. We had black hair, white. We had Hispanics over there. We were the minority. And we only moved out because we had help mother-in-law. And our neighbors, we loved our neighbors, So don't call me, don't you make that race charge of me. Go ask my neighbors in Hyde Park what they think, you see. So they make that charge, and they said, well, I lived in New York City. Oh, you moved out of New York City to live. And then I said to him, I have fun with this. Now, I'm not going to convince this guy, right? But people around him, look how ridiculous his argument is. I said, so your town is what, 4,000 population? So what if we put 5,000 people from Mexico all of a sudden in your little town? Oh, I'll be okay with that. You will. But it won't be the little town that you once thought. It'll be a whole different town. You've unassimilated people. I said, how many are living in your house now? Oh, he's not taking any in. He has this libertarian open border worldview. That's all well and good. I said, but you're not recruiting people fast enough. If you turn those 4,000 or 5,000 Mexicans into libertarians, maybe it won't be a problem. But you're not doing that. They're going to come here and they're going to be on the welfare state. They're going to get housing. So the taxpayers are out. How's that libertarianism working out for you? It's not. So anyway, don't buy into this racist charge. And there are racists in the world who don't want people of other colors. And hey, we had a gentleman in my church I used to go to. He was from South Africa. Man, he would have been he's become a U.S. citizen. We want people like that. He's a musician. He's a fine man. He's a great citizen. Those are the kinds of people we want in our country. In Sub-Saharan Africa, some of the most conservative people in the world. Bring them in. Syria, and you know how many Christians? Syria is 10% Christian. The Christians are being murdered in Syria. But all of the refugees tend to be mostly males between 18 and 25. And another thing too, now there's Muslims, there are some Muslims most Muslims, thank you, aren't want to hurt anybody. They want to live in peace. I get that. But there's some that don't. The ones that a lot of them coming over here, they don't think about, oh, I'm coming to Boston, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to become a good U.S. citizen. They're actually colonizing.